Top 6 Secret Messages Sent by Hostages. Hello guys, welcome back! Sometimes people are held against their will by other people for many different reasons. However, sometimes these hostages manage to send secret messages to ask for help. And here are 6 secret messages sent by hostages that saved their lives. Number 1. A Florida woman brings her dog to the vet for a health check. After checking in, she asks her boyfriend to watch the dog while she goes to the bathroom. And when she comes back, she secretly slips a handwritten note to the vet workers. They read it and realize something was wrong. With shaky letters, the woman wrote, "Call the cops, my boyfriend is threatening me. He has a gun. Please don't let him know." After reading the note, the workers quickly called the cops, which arrived 15 minutes later. Turned out she was being captive for 2 days, and the only way to get out of that nightmare was to convince her boyfriend to take their dog to the vet. Number 2. The Morse Code. In 1965, Jeremiah Dentons was taken as a prisoner of war by the North Vietnamese. Because he was one of the earliest and highest-ranked officers ever to be taken prisoners there, his captors forced him to participate in a television interview, which was shown in the US. During the interview, the man kept blinking. When asked, he told them it was because of the brightness of television equipments, but in fact, those blinks were sending a message. It was Morse code. When US authorities decoded the message, they realized he was spelling out the word torture. Denton was released in 1973, and after 8 years as a prisoner, he was awarded for his bravery. Number 3. Pizza order. This story happened in 2015. A woman used the Pizza Hut app to escape from her abusive boyfriend. Cheryl Treadway was being held against her will by her boyfriend. The guy was high on drugs and had a weapon with him. Opening the door wasn't really an option for her and her children. So one night, she convinced him to let them order a pizza because the children were hungry and they couldn't get out of the house. The woman used the Pizza Hut app to make the order. When the order came through, it was for a large pepperoni pizza along with a desperate message that read, "Please help, get 911 to me." The Pizza Hut employees passed the details on to the police, who arrived at the house to arrest the boyfriend and get the woman and her children to safety. Number 4. Kidnapped girl. Sometimes the hostage can't really make any contact or ask for help, even if there is people around them. That's what happens in this story. A flight attendant noticed 2 strange passengers on board, a well-dressed man and a messy teenage girl who seemed frightened and didn't make any eye contact. When the man didn't let the flight attendant talk to her, it just made it even more suspicious. The girl was able to go to the bathroom and saw a note left by the flight attendant on the mirror. The girl then asked for help on the same note. It turned out the teenager became a human trafficker's victim. The flight attendant immediately reported the incident to the pilots and was able to notify the police in advance and save that poor girl. Number 5. Morse code on song. And here is another situation where other people sent message to the hostages, and this story is too amazing to leave out of our list. In 2010, the FARC guerrillas had been holding some hostages from the Colombian government for years. The Colombian army wanted to let them know help was on the way, and they shouldn't give up on hope. But they needed a message that would slip by the soldiers, but the hostages would pick up the message. That's when they had the incredible idea to insert Morse code message into a popular song that was being played on the radio. And radio was the only privilege the hostages could have. Here is the song and the clip of the message. The message sent was, 19 people rescued, you are next, don't lose hope. Their message was heard. The hostages didn't give up hope and were eventually rescued. Number 6. Hamburger order. And last but not least, we have another example of using food to get help. In 2021, a Brazilian woman called the cops and ordered a hamburger, but it was actually a desperate sign for help. Few days before the call, the woman had been on a date with the guy and they were supposed to get pizza together. But instead, the man kept her captive in his residency. She was raped and being held against her will for several days until she convinced him to order food. The woman then called the local police and started ordering a hamburger. The police immediately realized something terrible was happening to that woman, so they notified the nearest officers who arrived at the place to arrest the guy and set the woman free. But if it wasn't for her quick thinking and the police help, this story could have ended tragically, just like the others on this list. So let us know what you think about these stories in the comments below. And make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.